Hiya.
Hi.
We're live.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've got why am I echoing now that we weren't doing before?
I don't know. I'm just going to write a little chat message for people. Would you want to do that? I'm trying to get into chat. To just...
I couldn't manage to do that. Chat. Okay. I worked out how to do it. So you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Hello, Angela. Welcome. We're just here waiting for others to join. So thank you for being punctual, or even a little early. So that's good. So just sit with us for a little bit till others join, okay?
Actually, while you're waiting, Angela, you could, if there's any questions you're thinking you'd like to ask, you can always type them now.
To glare off the glasses, that's for sure.
Yeah, this seems to be on my... Anyway, we shouldn't be talking now because Angela's on. You'll have to cut this bit off. But my sound system's making a hissing noise.
Where do you live, Angela? Okay, well, welcome.
Wisconsin, USA.
Well, I'm Canadian, so close to that space, although I've been in Geneva for a long time now.
I wonder if other people are coming on. I think maybe we should start. It's 8 o'clock.
Okay, fine. Let's start. We're going to have a replay of this as well. So for anybody who doesn't join us right away, then you can certainly listen to the replay, and you can always contact us personally for additional questions that you may not have had a chance to ask today. Okay, so let's just begin. My name is Diana Ritchie. I'm a sophrologist. I'm the vice president of the International Sophrology Federation. I'm registered with USCA, the complementary health insurance here in Switzerland that recognizes sophrology. Perhaps I should just say 2 words about sophrology in the sense that it's a method that was discovered or created rather by Dr. Casado. And it originated in French-speaking part of Switzerland and has spread quite nicely into France and French-speaking Belgium. So it isn't well known around the world. Dorna Revie, who we'll talk in a moment, was the first English-speaking sophrology school in the world. And that is certainly our mission, to spread sophrology into the English-speaking world, because why should the French keep the best-kept secret for themselves? So we're really happy to be able to share what it is with you guys tonight. I think I'm just going to pass it to Dorna to tell a little bit about the story, and we're definitely going to be answering all your questions and explaining a little bit further the whole program.
Okay, thanks, Diana. I'm Dorna Revie, and I actually set up the psephology school because I wanted to actually have more psephologists that spoke English, so I could talk about psephology in English. And it was also my vision for a long time to set up something online so that really the outreach around the world would be what I thought amazing. And over the years, I've also realized there's many psephology federations in France, all linked to different schools, different types of schools. There's different kind of types of psephology, but they all originate with Professor Caicedo. I decided that I needed also my own type of psephology. So mine is called Sophro-Ki, SOPHRO-KI. And so the Ki is like the chi, energy, prana, and the Sophro is the balancing. So it's kind of just an overall way of saying we're working with our consciousness, becoming more and more consciousness and unconscious, and balancing these things, bringing life into balance and becoming more aware of who we are as a person, which is what psephology does. And so I started also the International Psephology Federation, of which I'm the president. Diane is the vice president. And that's also a body that is there just to make sure of the quality of the psephologists that are out there advertising, and to bring together also all the English-speaking psephologists in the world, of which there are still not that many, and to give us this one way of grouping together and learning from each other and helping each other to promote psephology around the world. Psephology is now used in many different disciplines. It's most French sports people, Olympic sports people will have their own psephologist. And also the Swiss ones, Federer uses psephology. The person who just, I can't remember his name, who just went around the world and broke the round world sailing single-handed race. He put a lot of his ability to do that down to his psephology training. And in Korea and France and Switzerland and Japan, it's one of the main methods for pre- and postnatal care. And plus I teach in lots of the colleges in Switzerland, and most French schools will have psephologists working with them. And also in business, there's many businesses, French-speaking businesses, who are using psephologists to help with stress and burnout prevention, to help also with leadership training, which Diana's our kind of specialist in. And so really psephologist has kind of tentacles that go into every part of life and is used in just about every way of life, actually. And it just has really amazing results, which is why Diana and I like it so much. So perhaps, Diana, you'd like to show, I think we're going to show a video tonight of just a testimonial. One of our students who's just finished the psephology diploma course. It's a very inspiring testimonial for us.
Exactly. So I'm going to just find it for you. Hang on a second. Perhaps in the meantime, Dorna, you could just talk them through the levels and how it works in terms of the Monday night classes and all of that, please.
Okay. So the diploma course is actually, we usually run 2 a year, and the next one starts on the 16th of April. And it's made up of the foundation course, the practitioner course, at the end of which you will have a diploma as a psephologist and be able to set up your own practice wherever you are in the world as a psephologist. And it's made up of 4 levels of psephology. The level 1 will be 8 online sessions of 2 hours every Monday night, starting from the 16th of April. Then there'll be a break of about 6 weeks, and then there'll be another 8 sessions of Sophrology for level 2, also Monday night, 2 hours. And then we all go to Dorna, to Thermal, Papanistis Alps, where we have a fabulous conference room overlooking the Alps and lovely little places, apartments actually, rather than bedrooms, and fabulous spa. So we go there and we all meet, and we can actually really get to know each other. We all get to know each other because we're on little videos online, and so we're talking to each other. And then we actually physically meet, and then we have with the 3rd level 8 sessions, 4th level 8 sessions, and there's a final written exam. And during the second half of the course, we'll also expect you to do a project, which means that you'll find at least 6 people who will work with you, and you'll be their sophrologist, and you will teach them, so that at the end of the course, you really know that you can do this and you can get the results. And then we all meet up in Dorna again, and that's the end of the course. And then we go out and work as a sophrologist, which many of us sophrologists are doing. So very
Thank
exciting.
you.
And Natalie on this video is going to talk about her experience of those 4 levels.
Yeah, and I'm ready to share that. So it's not a very long video, maybe 6-7 minutes at the most. Okay, so just I'll get that on now.
Hello, I'm Natalie Lazzarotto, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sophrology Diploma course. So first, why did you join the Sophrology Diploma course? Well, I was at a time in my life where I had 2 jobs. The first one was in an import-export company where I'm training, I'm taking care of the expertise as well. And on the other side, I am still a massage therapist in reflexology. And I was trying to put things all together. I was trying to find something that would join these 2 parts of my life, which were very important for me. And at that time, I met Diana and Dorna at a course, and they suggested to me that this diploma. And as soon as I read it, I thought, this is exactly what I need, something between these 2 roles that I have. So this is why I joined the course. Now, the course has been an incredible adventure. During the diploma, which lasts for 15 months, we went through the 4 levels of sophrology. After the first level, it was focused on the present and your body. I really felt grounded. I felt closer to myself. I felt more focused and concentrated. And it was really nice to go back to here and now. And actually, I understand very well now why Casado created this method this way. Let's start with being comfortable in who we are and where we are now in our bodies. And then level 2 takes you to a whole new adventure of your future, creating your future, discovering your 5 senses. The inner senses were incredible, all the things that you can remember, all the things that you're connected to, and how you're creating your future. And then after that, we all met up in the mountains so we could all meet each other, share together, start practicing on each other, and that was really, really exciting. And then in level 3, we were going back into our past, looking about all these fantastic memories that we have, how we can remember sensations when we were so little and so small, and bringing up and blowing up these nice parts of your past and shrinking the ones who are not that nice. And I felt for me like a very cleaning, it was a cleansing process that I went through in level 3. And then in level 4, when you're told that it's going to bring everything together, for me it was really the case. Connecting with your values was really, really important for me. All through the process, a lot of people say that they become closer and closer to themselves, and it's exactly how I felt. I felt like I was connecting with myself, with my values. And that was an incredible experience. So honestly, this whole journey of the 4 levels was an incredible journey for me. And I came out, I think, a happier person, and definitely I know myself much better. I'm more conscious of everything that's happening around me now and in my future as well. Now, concerning the third question, what changes do I see in myself now? Well, I do find that I am well accountable for my emotions, therefore it means that I can change them. When people often say this triggers my buttons, well, I feel like these buttons are not that raw anymore, that I can actually have more consciousness around when they're triggered. I also find myself more resilient. I find that I bounce back easily. I don't take as much time to stay in an uncomfortable emotion or an uncomfortable situation. I also hold the others accountable for their emotions, and I'm accountable for mine, which also makes that I have a tendency to less think that somebody's doing things related or connected to me, but life belongs to them. One thing that I've also heard myself say a lot during these 15 months is, it is what it is. Let's accept what it is now and how it is now. And that is also putting things into perspective and saying, well, what can I do now? And let's see what can happen in the future. Now, the fourth question is, what am I doing now with this diploma? And this diploma has actually opened up a whole new world for me. And during the diploma, you will be preparing your project, which you will be giving lessons to a little group of people. And that was incredible, because many of my colleagues decided to participate and help me out in my diploma. And watching them evolve, watching them participate was an incredible sensation of well-being, an overwhelming sensation of the trust that people were putting into me, how they helped me evolve, how they gave me spontaneous and very, very honest feedback. And it really made me want to do this more and more, watching people evolve. Sophrology doesn't tell you how you should feel, it asks you how you feel. So every person is really having a completely different experience, which is related to their personalities and their life. And that is a fantastic thing about it, is people can share and learn that everything is different. Every person is different, is going to actually live through the exercise in a different way. And that is the beauty of it, this diversity. Now I'm giving several classes by Skype as well. So I've got a little group of people who are following the level 1 and a new group of people to come. I'd love to be able to do level 2 and level 3 as well. And I also have a little group of women who come in on Saturday mornings. I've built a program on 4 Saturday mornings, 2 hours every time, where we connect and do 2 meditations. And that is a lovely moment in watching people who don't know each other, and just while they're meditating together are building these special connections together. So it's been a wonderful journey. It's been a wonderful experience. Thank you very much, Diana and Dorna, for guiding me through this process. And I am looking forward for more and more sophrology in my life. Have a beautiful day.
Okay.
So that was Natalie. So just to give you some idea of what it might be like to go through the course. Pass you to Diana now.
Yeah. So I was just going to maybe talk a little bit more about what happens in sophrology. Dorna talked about where it's applicable and where it's used. I thought I might just sort of explain what does it look like. So they're dynamic meditation exercises that we do. And I emphasize the dynamic because most meditation that we know of asks us to be still. It asks us to quiet our mind. But with sophrology, we don't do that. In fact, what we do is we occupy the mind, so that way we tap into the unconscious. And we do that certainly by going into the body, which is always in present time. And we do that by going into the sophroliminal level, which is the same place as a meditative state, a meditative level. Although we get there in a different way, we stay there in a different way, and we then are able to get the benefits of meditating. and the benefit certainly of having spent time with our unconscious. So this is really what it's all about. You need to go into your unconscious in order to grow your consciousness. Sounds perhaps upside down, I'm not sure, but that's how it works. Because it is your unconscious that is going to make those changes and shifts within yourself. Now, that's just one aspect of it. The thing I like the most about sophrology is it's multifaceted. It's one of those colorful balls that every time you turn to another corner, you see something else. In the sense that we cover philosophy, we cover feminology. There's quite a bit of theory that goes into it that all sort of helps you understand why you're doing what you're doing, how it helps you, and what benefits you get from it. And you are practicing the dynamic exercises, I would pretty much say every day for the entire time of the course. So you can just imagine the development that you get and benefit from during all that time. It is an unbelievable journey that comes certainly with a guarantee that you will not be the same person when you come out as you were when you went in. That is for sure. You will be a much better version of yourself. The other thing that I do like about it a lot, and that is the aspects that Dorna has put in there that take us sometimes a little bit away from the traditional sophrology, and that is really the playing and the curiosity that goes with sophrology, and certainly using the attitudes that we learn, and working through our thoughts, working through our words, and really taking control of who we are and of our lives. That's something that I like a lot. We say you create your own reality, and we actually show you how. That's a given. We actually show you how, and you have a chance to practice that. And then finally, the best part of it is that already within the second level, you start recording MP3s. So you have already starting to create your own toolbox. So when you finish, you can use it for other people, or you use it for yourself as well. And that's really the starting point. This journey is for you. And then the end destination is you wanting and being able to then offer it to everybody else. So that's, I think, what I can say. If you've got some questions, please go ahead and answer them, ask them, and we'll be happy to answer them. And maybe, Dorna, I don't know if you have something more you'd like to add at the moment.
I think we're just down to questions really now. Anybody wanted to know anything about the course or just sophrology in general? I can see that Ishana is also with us, so one of our sophologists from South Africa. Welcome, Ishana. Nice to see you online. So I don't know if there's what else might you want to say about sophrology? Just really that one of the things that I keep saying is it's made up of these little dynamic meditation exercises. It can actually be done anytime, anywhere. So you don't need any special equipment or special clothing to wear. You can just do these exercises almost anywhere. And just by gradually doing them, there's kind of, I always say the kind of side effects of doing them are that people smile more and life just feels a lot easier. You know, things that would have bothered us before, we just don't even notice. So it's amazing.
And I suppose the other beautiful thing that I find about sophrology is the changes that actually happen within ourselves are permanent changes. It's not that you have to continuously, for the whole of your life, continue to be aware of the same thing over and over. No, you know, the exercises that you do are going to make internal shifts that are permanent. And it's not just shifts within your physical body, it's also shifts within your brain, within your neural pathways, and all of that goes with it. So you find yourself being surprised at what you end up noticing, what you're aware of, rather than thinking to yourself, oh, I need to be aware of all of this. And it still catches me by surprise sometimes when I sort of find myself pondering over something or really appreciating something, and then I'm like, wow, you just did that, rather than thinking, oh, I have to do that every day. So for me, that's
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely, you know, it produces the results. It just does it. You know, that's what's lovely about psephology. Another nice thing about psephology.
And we are certainly trying to bring it into other parts of the English-speaking world. So as Dorna said, Ashana is with us, who joined us from South Africa. We've already had students from the US and love to have more. We've had students from Canada, from Australia, from Hong Kong, from Singapore. Where else, Dorna?
Where else? Well, France, UK as well, Belgium, Luxembourg. Greece as well.
Germany.
Germany. Kind of where
Africa as well, Ghana. We had a lady from there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Quite a few countries.
Yes. So, Angela, you're asking, we have two classes. This is the first one. The one starting on the 16th of April is the first one this year. The second one will be in October. Although the one in October may not have the same time zone preference as you would need. The one we're starting now would be on a Monday evening between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Swiss time, which I'm assuming is 6 hours ahead of you. So that would be midday for you, which would suit much better. The one in October is potentially going to be first thing in the morning, our time, which might not fit in with you. And I should also say there's certainly information on the Sophrology Center online website. If you go to the diploma course there, you'll see all of the dates. You'll see the price, which we can certainly also offer installments for anybody who needs or anybody who wants to pay that over the whole of the time rather than all at the beginning. And you'll see there the dates for the residentials and all of that. And I should also mention that the course is taught on a virtual platform. So it's a classroom, imagine like this one here, where you see the both of us. You would see the other students, and you would see the teacher. You'd see the blackboard, as they call it. And so it's just that we're not physically in the same room, but otherwise we have the same interaction as Dorna and I are doing right now, for example. And those classroom sessions, the 2-hour ones, are always recorded. So you have an audio and a video recording that gives you access to be able to see it if you missed a class or if you just simply wanted to watch it again. And then we also have a homework platform where you would have your own space where you get your homework and you download it and you upload it, and that's also where you get your MP3s of the dynamic exercises that you would then use and practice with every day. Maybe you can give them just an idea of the amount of homework that might be involved, Dorna.
Well, their homework would be every day doing the MP3, which is about usually about 20 minutes, 17 minutes to the MP3, and then you want to do a little write-up of what you experienced during the exercise. And that's really important because often we just do something and then just rush into everyday life, and we just take that pause at the end to notice especially what's happening in our bodies. And then during the course there'll be also some other things to learn and to write. Not lots. The most time it's in between the session, in between the levels. There's a few slightly longer projects to do that are more on writing about phenomenology and doing some different kind of research. But we also ask you to look at some YouTube videos. There's a lot of TED Talks and things that will add to your knowledge around psephology and what it is. So there's, coming up to the exam, everybody else, that's what I love about the exam is the fact that everybody's studying a lot, and really it's the exam that kind of brings everything together at the end. did that for me when I years ago did my psephology. It was like a lots of ahas happening, just because at the end you spend this time bringing all the information together and actually realizing how it fits into the jigsaw of the information. So, and then of course there's the project, which takes a little bit longer after the second level, after the first residential. And you'll have this project, and you'll be either working with people from where you work, or with your people that you know, or maybe people you don't know, just putting some adverts up and getting some people in to teach some psephology. And the idea behind that is that so you're really prepared and know how that you can do this, and know that it's not as, it's fairly easy for you. Hopefully after the course it should be. And you'll be able to then set up quite easily your own practice. I think that's it about the course.
I think we've given a lot. I mean, there's the word sophrology is the harmonization of the consciousness. It's a science of that, and on top of that, at the moment, because people don't know the word so well in the English-speaking world, we're also talking about it as conscious awareness, which is what it is. It's about bringing you to a higher level of consciousness and having a greater self-awareness of yourself. And you can read there, Shanna has kindly shared some information, saying she's currently working with people and really enjoys being a sophrologist, and she would really like to start training others to become sophrologists as well early next year. So that's what she wants to do, and how can she do that? So we're certainly going to be talking to you, Ashana, because we also most definitely want you to do that in South Africa. It is a country that loves sophrology, and I have no doubt the US is also a country that once they get their hands on this, it'll be like wildfire. So there you go. Angela, I don't know, do you have any other questions that you want us to answer? You've also got the opportunity, of course, to book in a time directly with Dorna to ask more detailed questions. We're very happy to talk with you. In fact, anybody who does want to join the program will need to speak with us personally, just to be sure that it's the right thing for everybody. But we're also, very happy to speak with you on any subject and answer more questions. So please feel free to go ahead and do that. Do visit the Sophrology Center online website as well for more information. And if no one has any more questions, I'll be happy to say that this is done. You can have a chance to watch the replay if you want, and certainly share it with everybody else. Okay, so thank you very much for being with us this evening, for your noon time or whatever time zone you're in. And we look forward to seeing you soon. I'll let Dorna say another few words to say goodbye.
Thank you very much for being with us, and we're looking forward to maybe working with you in the future, or at least talking to you. It'd be great to meet you. And so thanks for being with us. Really appreciate it. Have a lovely day or a lovely evening or whatever it is.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.